G'day folks, Wren here, and I'm nervous.
Swear I won't forget this, why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious. I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed. I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like an ocean filled up with emotion. Anger ain't a potion, rub it on like lotion. I can feel it soaking, reopen, the scars have awoken. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong every breath.
So, if there's one thing I try to avoid in books, it's sexual assault. And now I'm going to read a book that is about sexual assault. And that is Any Man by Amber Tamblyn. So before I go into this vlog, let me start by saying, if you are triggered by sexual assault and anything that encompasses, you can stop watching. Like, take care of yourself, like I'm going to try and take care of myself today while I'm reading this. This is very much a me thing of wanting to experience this book and testing my own triggers. I don't expect anyone else to try and test their own triggers. Like, everyone, please take care of yourself. And so obviously in this vlog, I will be talking about things that happen in the book. I will try and do them as safely as I can, but the entire book is about what it's about. So, fair warning for everything. I had wanted to do this idea of reading a book that's going to trigger me for a while, ever since I heard about Any Man and how much some booktubers that I love were loving this. Like Gabby and Jordaline and Katie, they were loving this, and just hearing about them talking about it so much kept making me really intrigued. And I was originally like, no, I'm never gonna read this. Like, I love myself, I'm not gonna put myself through this. And then it just kept being on my mind constantly that I wanted to read this. So I'm gonna read it, and I've prepared myself for this. I have candles everywhere. I have my fairy lights on. I have, this is Laszlo, a stuffed toy. I have many stuffed toys around me. I have pillows and blankets, and I have fidgets. And I'm wearing a jumper with a hood because the hood thing is something that has helped in the past. I've got plenty of water. I have my dog. I am in my safe environment. I have some ambience that's going to be playing. I am as safe as I can be physically and mentally, because I have been mentally preparing myself to read this. So I'm in an okay space. I'm actually in a good space. I'm in a good space to tackle this book. I'm only going to say this once, and I'm not going to go into detail, but I was sexually assaulted when I was 17 years old. It was awful, trauma. It's ongoing trauma because it never goes away. The thoughts are always there. I've had lots of therapy to help me deal with it and to deal with the PTSD that came from that. I am in a much, much better place than I was, and I have been able to get to a point where I can function. Basically, I can leave my house, I can go to a restaurant and not stare at everyone's face to make sure I'm safe. I am not jumping at noises or people being too close. Like, I'm in a good spot. I'm at a good spot that I maybe want to just completely traumatize myself with this. I don't know why I want to do this. I just do. It's a weird experience to be like, this is going to potentially really deeply affect me, so let's do it anyways. I don't know why, it's a thing. I just want to do it. I'm gonna vlog the experience just to see if I can do it and see how I like this book, because apparently it's amazing. So there is a serial rapist that is a woman, and she is sexually assaulting men. All the awfulness that comes with that. I'm really not sure how much I'm going to be able to talk about this, but I want to give it a go. I just want to give it a go. And it is a novel in verse, mostly. It's like kind of in verse with like some occasional longer text. There's also some diary entries. Yeah, some like lots of blank pages available. Oh, and a bunch of tweets. So it should be fairly quick to go through, depending on how much the content affects me. But it's just over 200 pages. 269 pages. So we'll see how I go. So I've got this. I have my little comfy corner of my bed with lots of pillows and blankets and stuffed toys. And I have water. I'll put on my ambience. I have a bunch of fidgets. One that I can shake and it's got pretty rainbows and sparkles. I have a dinosaur that is a good kind of squish. I have a banana that is also a squish and a pull. And I have a chewable, so it's a straw that's a chewing thing. Chewing is gonna probably be the one I do the most. I also made sure I had the cutest bookmark I could, and that is this mood reader. It's got little cows on it and a bunch of cows on the back, and this is from the Last to Read Book Club Etsy store. I will leave a link to Last to Read Book Club down below. It's a fun time, but cows bring me so much joy that I think I have to use this bookmark. So I'm 26 pages in, and I just needed to stop for a moment because it's the page I just read is where this man he's kind of being interviewed by a police officer. So the assault has happened, he was found, he was taken to hospital, and he's recovering in hospital. And everything so far has been from his point of view and his kind of scattered thinking of everything, which makes sense. And so I know everything is from his thoughts and feelings, and so there is a lot of heavy emotions going on right now. And as this officer is questioning him, it's like his mind is twisting what the officer is asking, and it's all like as if the officer is blaming him or not believing him. And yeah, I relate. When I reported my assault, the police thought I was lying. So I'm feeling things. I didn't expect that to be one of it. It's happening. It's happening. pages into this now, and I'm doing okay, surprisingly. Really didn't expect to be doing as solidly as I am. I'm still definitely feeling it. I can feel the kind of empty awareness that is inside me because of this book. And this book is going to be hard to review because it's like, I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it. It just is. And that's about the best I can do. We've gotten the perspective from another man. These men are all dealing with their assault in different ways. They view it in different ways. But I'm doing okay. The first guy's perspective hit me a lot harder than the second guy's. I think maybe because the second guy, he's a comedian, so he kind of tries to make jokes of everything. So it feels less connected. I don't know how to describe it other than that. But like, I'm definitely feeling something. It's not panic or PTSD or regression or I don't know the right word. I'm not feeling any of those things. I'm just aware of the heaviness. Don't know how else to describe it. I will say I am enjoying the writing style that is very, very different within the two perspectives. It's an interesting storytelling method that is being used.
Swear I won't forget this, why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up, I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious. I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed. I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like I'm soaking, reopen, the scars have awoken. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hope. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hope. Cause I can't move on till I let go. Till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hope. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost.
So I'm only up to 122. And I'm really feeling it. Like, this is so heavy. I kind of want to cry. From how these men are treated, how they view themselves now after the attack. It's all just awful. And like, I get it. It's so much. I don't know why I thought I would have anything intelligent to say while reading this book. My brain is focusing on pushing back my memories, so there's not enough like brain space to be coherent. It's a heavy book. Okay, I'm on page 208 and I need to read this. And it is a choice, you know, living. Like that young man said, just like dying can be a choice. And I really could relate to that thing he said about living with the anger and all that. That it's okay to not accept what happened. to find no resolve but still live a parallel happy life, a life adjacent to the things you cannot forgive. I really liked that. That spoke to me. Same. I was filled with so much anger that I became just numb to everything. I was still keeping on, you know? And I remember I read this book. It was a self-help book. And like chapter 2 basically, it was trying to make some comparison that, like, you know, you have power over your life and your thoughts and all that kind of stuff. But it basically said, like, it used sexual assault as its metaphor or whatever. And it was like, you know, if you were assaulted, it's your fault that you see it as an assault. So, like, forgive what happened and you'll be fine. I was like, what? And, like, how dare they? That it's an awful book and I won't mention it, but it threw me into such, like, a rage and then also, like, a self-hatred. Not, like, I didn't believe that it wasn't my fault. I know it wasn't my fault, but to put that pressure on a survivor of sexual assault, how dare they? Ugh. This thing about forgiveness that, like, I really resonate to. It's like, no, you don't have to forgive your attacker. Like, I will never forgive my attackers, ever. Ever. I will never forgive them. And that's okay. I can still live a good life and not have to forgive them. Like, they don't deserve my forgiveness. And I don't owe them my forgiveness for what they did to me. I can still live my life my way without that forgiveness. And so, like, that line, that quote in here, I'm resonating with really hard, and in, like, a good way this time. I'm feeling like I'm almost at the end. I hope I don't get destroyed, but that little bit of anger mixed with hope and power that quote made me feel, like, yeah, I'm kind of starting to come out of the heaviness that I was in before. I think kind of seeing these men live their life and make something of it. It's kind of like my tattoo here that is a Take a Hint Danny Brown quote, and it says, "You framed a scar in gold." And that really resonated with me in that book from a grief perspective. But it's kind of what some of the men here are doing. They are turning what happened to them into something that means something. So, like, one of them has this radio show that he uses to talk about sexual assault and, like, help people and all this stuff. And, you know, he's doing amazing things with it. And it's not like you have to do something with the awful thing that happened to you. I didn't, but I'm still living, and that is the gold enough for me to be able to keep on living and not have that moment tear me down or hold me back or stop me from doing anything. That is all the amazingness that I need to do, and that is valid. Like, that's so important to do, is to just be able to walk down a street and not be scared. Like, that's a thing and it's important. And I'm kind of getting to that point in this where these men have done their healing and they don't accept what happened to them. They don't forgive the woman that did this to them. But they're living their lives. And that is power. Like, that is how you get your power back when this has happened. You just live your life. And that is a very powerful thing. I will get this done very soon. And I might be okay.
I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go.
You know it gets real when the hood has to come up, because that's how I feel safe. Wow. Yeah. Wow. The thing that really got to me was like Donald's I don't know, letter, his opinion piece. That got to me. So he's like, I am not a survivor of rape. I did not survive. I perished before pushing through. I had to end before I could begin again. My name is Donald Ellis, and I am not a victim of rape. I am an assault's legacy, an embassy of expirations. I am the remnant of memory, collateral debris. I am an earned epilogue. That got to me a lot. And then this ending was really interesting, where it's just Maud asking all these questions, and it's wow. I think Amber Tamblyn is a phenomenal writer. This is so impactful and very needed, because the topic of men being raped, it needs to be viewed with the same seriousness that any other rape is treated. This book was just kind of showing that it wasn't, which, like, I knew, but wow. That's kind of all I can say. Like, my brain is a little mushed, because wow. I will say I am definitely in a better place than I expected to be when reading this. But I also did want to read this one in particular because I thought that it wouldn't trigger me as much, because it is a woman rapist, which was not the case for me. So I was hoping that, like, that kind of disconnect would help me disconnect, and in a way it did. And while yes, some of the assaults got described in detail, there was something about the way that they were written where it didn't destroy me. It's the only way I can put that. Am I triggered? Yes. Is it going to affect the rest of my week? No. Am I going to recover from this today? I think so. Which is honestly amazing. I didn't think that would actually be able to happen. See, look, I'm already feeling better. The hood can come off. I'm already feeling a bit better. I think if you are at all interested in this book and think that you can handle the material, definitely read it. It's wow. That's the only way I can put it. It's so important, so impactful. It's a really interesting writing style, and it doesn't sensationalize anything. It doesn't glorify anything or romanticize anything, which is all good. It treats everything with the respect and sensitivity that it deserves, while still being very raw and honest. It's gonna be hard to rate. I'm thinking like a 4 or a 5, and I don't think I could actually do any kind of review for it because I'm just kind of left a little bit speechless. It's hard to verbalize what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking, and I just know that this was very well done. As someone who is a sexual assault survivor, I am very affected by this book, but I will recover. I am glad that I read this though. At the end of the day, I'm glad I read this because this had been so intriguing to me since I saw some of my favourite booktubers reading it and talking about it, and I was just so scared that this would kind of destroy all the hard work that I've done over the past decade, and it didn't, which was really good. I am still whole, and that is not something I thought I'd be able to say at the end of the day. Thank you for watching me get kind of triggered on purpose. Please be sure to take care of yourself in whatever way that you can. You are important and you deserve to be kind to yourself. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.